the Dolphins have, minus Josh Allen and the Bills, the next best quarterback in that division.
Oh, no doubt.
I'll let that fly.
So, like Mac Jones, you're not going to pick Mac Jones over Teddy Bridgewater unless you're just going with youth.
Yeah.
You're not going to pick Mike White.
Nope.
So, for me to believe that all of a sudden Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, you literally said everything that I was thinking of saying, but I will add you this. He has not been schematically inserted to where Mike or McDaniel is going to now, like Sean Payton did when Drew Brees missed substantial amount of time, just made the offense surrounding the things that Teddy Bridgewater does well. That's what he's going to get now. That's what he had not gotten up until this date. We're going to see a completely different Teddy Bridgewater. He got sacked 5 times in that Minnesota Viking game that you said. Yeah. He wasn't even the starter. He jumps in. He throws for over 300 yards, gets the 2 interceptions. He got sacked 5 times. The reason why he got sacked 5 times, he's a different type of quarterback than Tua. Tua's very time-oriented. He's going to get the ball out really quick. Tua's only been sacked about 21 times over the course of 15, 16 games. So when we look at Teddy Bridgewater and what he does really well, he understands I have to kind of give a little bit, and they have to give a little bit. Once they meet in the middle, their weapons are their weapons. You get the ball to those guys on the perimeter, you can thrive. Teddy Bridgewater is accurate. He can throw the ball down the field. He can make plays with his legs.
It's good arm, good leadership, but Teddy Bridgewater can do everything. I'm scared of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I get it. But you're like, he was sacked a bunch of times. Well, all right. Does New England have a good pass rush?
Well, he was sacked because he was holding on to the ball a little bit.
Okay, so it's going to still happen, no?
No.
Okay. I bet we
he understands.
Can I add one other thing, Miles?
Of course.
There's a reason that no teams in this league have a left-handed backup quarterback. Because if you have to all of a sudden mid-game put him in, everything's reversed. I do think it was harder for the Dolphins on the fly to deal with a quarterback injury than most teams, because obviously their backups are right-handed, because almost every quarterback in the league is right-handed, and Tua is left-handed. So a lot of your protections get reversed, a lot of your bootlegs get reversed, all that gets reversed.
Yes.
Now, this is going, also, here's the other thing, this is what I would think you would be excited about this week. This is Mike McDaniels has gotten a lot of flowers all year long. And I like him, and I think he's deserving. I think he's a smart offensive mind. Well, now you're going up against the GOAT defensive mind and the GOAT coach when Mike McDaniel's on a 4-game losing streak and the NFL life coming at him fast, having to adjust on the fly, now having to do it with his backup quarterback, and seeing what Mike McDaniels can cook up in the week leading up to this game, which is their biggest game of the year. They were 8-3. They should not be in a position where if they lose this game, their season's basically over, but they are in this position, and it's a rookie head coach who in his first game ever beat your guys.
Yeah, it was offensive pass interference. Defensive pass.
Right. I mean, it was 20-7, but in Wild's defense, it was actually a little closer than that. I agree with you. If you actually watched that Week 1 game, was relatively close. Now we get to see it with both teams' life's on the line.
21-14, Patriots win. Okay. Hey, Mac Jones, he got an $11,000 fine, Greg. Oh my goodness gracious! It's about twice as much as a fine you would get if you wore the wrong colored socks or something. Because he stumbled and tumbled into Eli Apple. He explained yesterday. Take a listen.
Just kind of went down in front of him and trying to stop a fast guy from getting to another fast guy. So just split-second decision, and there's a lot that goes into it. There's no hard feelings and definitely no intention to hurt anybody on that play.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Well, coming up next. Greg, were you satisfied?
First off, no.
Oh,
no.
I was.
No, I bet you were. First off, let me say this. You don't get the opportunity to say no hard feelings.
Oh, that's right.
You don't get the opportunity.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
You don't get the opportunity to say no.
Accepting your own apology.
Yeah, like,
no hard feelings.
No. Obviously, there are hard feelings because Eli Apple made a big deal about it.
That's a
Like,
great
so
point.
there are hard feelings. You don't get to tell him no hard feelings.
No hard
No, man. You did something that you shouldn't have done. And so for me, I don't think that Mac Jones, I'm not quick to call a player dirty. The play that he has chosen to make, the actions tell me that was a dirty play. His actions on multiple occasions have told me he's willing to be a dirty player. Now, if he continues to do this, I don't think he has more times where he can do this and guys are going to then say, okay, he's now a dirty player. They already see him as a dirty player.
Greg, what did the late, great Charlie Murphy once upon a time say about Rick James? Habitual line stepper.
Yes.
Mac Jones is a habitual line stepper. And am I buying his apology? Of course I'm not buying his apology.
I'm not even sure he apologized, to be 100% honest.
Right. He didn't apologize.
Explanation.
And it is, and I hate to be, to do Zapruder film on this, but it doesn't make sense. He's describing it as if the Patriots had the ball and Eli Apple was trying to chase down someone to make a tackle. He's like, I'm trying to prevent a fast guy from getting to another fast guy. What fast guy
Not 100% sure.
is Eli Apple pursuing there that he's stopping? Tyquan Thornton? Getting to Tyquan Thornton does nothing for the play.
Yeah.
Like, Mac Jones should have been in pursuit of the ball carrier or out of the play. But it was the same thing with Brian Burns, Wilds. Brian Burns was no longer in the play when he strip sacked him and the ball's 30 yards upfield, and he's gator rolling a guy whose team now has the ball. There's not even any advantage from it, Wilds. Yeah.
Well, what did you want him to say?
No, defend him.
I told you. I met with Mac Jones behind closed doors.
That's a lie.
And I said, you know what? Yeah. We're not letting this one go to trial. We're going to plea this one out.
Okay.
We're going to plea it out to a trip. An accidental fall.
Can I tell you what he should have said?
I'm not going to go up there.
You asked me. Can I ask you be the reporter, I'll be Mac Jones.
Oh, hey, Mac Jones.
Hi.
There's some people out there in the media who think that you tried to purposely hurt Eli Apple when you were out there just giving it your all, especially on the heels of you receiving a lot of unfair criticism about not being able to tackle 6'5", 260-pound Chandler Jones in the previous game. Have any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really glad this got brought up. And I've reached out to Eli. He hasn't responded. So here's the deal. I'm incredibly competitive. I've been competitive my entire life, and I'm not used to losing. And in my brief NFL career, there are some times where my competitive nature has gotten the best of me.
Yeah, you're over 500.
And I need to do better. I need to be in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking, but everybody's out there. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And I'm putting guys at risk, so I'll do better. No, and I know the rest of the
league.
Let
that fire burn inside of you. That's what makes you great.
Okay, see,
don't worry about that stuff.
That's all he has to say.
I buy all of that.
If he said that, it's like
you even bought
it. Basically said that.
No, he didn't.
That's what he basically.
That's all you got to say, and then people be like, okay, I don't do it again, but I give you a chance.
You know what would have been better if he would have even said, I hope that there are no hard feelings moving forward.
Yeah.
Like, he just said no hard feelings. No.
You know what I would have said?
You can't say
I'm worried
that.
about the Dolphins. You guys want to worry? You guys talking about the Bengals game still? Talking about the Raiders game? I don't know. I'm worried about the Dolphins. Get focused, everybody. Hey, new MVP conversation coming up. It's Justin Jefferson. He's in the conversation.
New MVP just dropped.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's the Subway Series menu. 12 irresistible subs.
Till Teron Keith takes off. Runs this one back 75 yards. Not enough, though. It was only worth 6 points. They ended up losing by more than that. New Mexico State wins the Quick Lane Bowl. Double wonderful. We're wish granted. You are now officially in the MVP conversation here on First Things First.
It's not just here, by the way.
This is important is because we are the #1 show about having the conversation about who's in the conversation for MVP and who's competing against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
it's a daily battle that we wage here.
Yeah. We've gone crazy, guys. There has to be, here's the deal. There have only been 2 unanimous MVPs in NFL history.
You got to be really sure to do that. I'm going to take my time whenever that time does come. In the meantime, I have a hugely important job the team's asking me to do, and I want to go out there and I want to play my best these last 2 weeks of the regular season.
Okay, not retiring.
Nope.
I think he's going to play somewhere.
Yep.
Where is it going to be?
Yeah, I think there's no chance he goes out like this. I actually think the only way he would retire is if the Bucs were to somehow win the Super Bowl, which they're not going to do. But, like, I think that there is no chance Brady goes out at his lowest point.